Hiya, welcome back again everyone. Glad you could join us. Let's see, last time got the front end finished, all the handlebars, levers and cables and everything seems to be working fine. Brakes working okay, a little bit spongy but maybe needs a bleeding, but we'll get around to that later. I still need to actually change the hoses on that as well when I buy new hoses. Right, what have I been doing lately? Been a bit busy, getting distracted the past few days. First thing is, you can see in the background here, one of my sons, the youngest one, he does a little bit of off-roading, and he's been taking part in an enduro event. And this is his Husqvarna, I think it's a TE 250, and he says it's due for a rebuild. So we're stripping it down. I'm just waiting for a few parts. I'm waiting for a flywheel puller. He wants a piston kit, so the barrel's got to go off to get honed, and we're going to change the conrod and main bearing, or big end bearing, and the mains, everything like that. So that's going to be keeping us busy this week a little bit. Yesterday I had a friend of my son's. He went and cracked part of one of the brackets on the frame of his bike, and it's an aluminium frame, snapped it clean through, so I've had to repair the bracket, and that went well, so I got that done. And I got another job. Friend of mine around the corner, he's got a stainless steel race pipe and it's starting to fracture, so just turn you around so you can see that. So this is the pipe here, so it's a 4 and a 2 and a 1, and it's strange, but if you remember before one of my other episodes I was talking about different grades of stainless, and this here, if you can see there, magnet won't stick onto that one. This one, the magnet just say holes. Even the bracket's not magnet, but this section for some reason isn't the same grade. These ones are. So this is, I think it's 316 stainless, or A4 I think, and this is A2 or 308 I think it's called, or 304, something like that. It's got more steel in. So what I'm going to do, because it's got holes in the bottom, it's cracked, I'll pull this part off because it had cracks both sides. Someone else has had a go at trying to repair it a little bit as well and blow some holes in. So what I think I'm going to do is, I found some stainless, which is the same thickness as this, and I'm going to make a piece that'll wrap right round here. I'll leave the bracket because it's nice and solid, and it'll give us something nice to weld against round the sides, and I'll try welding it across here onto these pipes and the same on there, or at least onto the weld which they've put round, and that'll be nice and solid, less chance of burning through. So I need to make that. Now I could make it in several parts, but I'm going to try and make it in one part so that there's less welding. I'm going to just have right way on the top and bottom. In fact, I'll only go up to here, and I'll go round the bracket. So, starting with a cardboard aided design. I'm going to try and wrap it round here. So I'll try and get this edge along here straight. So I'm just leaving just enough to leave a flap coming down here, and making sure it's going to be onto the good steel. I haven't got any gaps. So let's see if I can fold that along there. Yes, so we've got that wrapped around there. So it needs stepping in here. So cut it off that there. And it needs to go around this corner. So cut that part off. Let's see how it fits, work all the way around. once I get done with this, we'll start moving on to the speedometer bracket if I get time. Right, so that's got it there. Now I've cut a little bit too much up there, so what I tend to do is just build it up either with a bit of cardboard or tape. Right, sorry for all the interruptions. This is actually about 3 or 4 days now which I've been working on this video. A lot of interruptions. So we're going to carry on with the exhausts, but just to show you what's been going on, I know I mentioned the welding up the frame. We're still on with the engine. Good news is I did get the flywheel puller, managed to get the flywheel off. And we've got everything, conrod kit and piston. So took the flywheel through to the bike place, which you normally get to change these over, and separate the cranks, and then they went to put them back together, and the crank was too big to fit into their jig. So we've got 2 halves of a crank and a conrod kit. Trouble is, we'd never took any measurements or anything like that as to the width and things like that, so working in the dark a little bit. And so what I had to do was go to a local garage who've got a nice big press, and we've pressed this together. And just show you over here, set me lathe up with a couple of dial indicators and centres, and then we've went and trued up the crank. Now it's the first time I've trued up a crank. I've looked into it before and thought about it a lot, and I don't think we did a bad job of getting it less than the manufacturer's limits, which they say for run out on this. And I had a few old cranks lying about, and I've tried them, and were much better tolerances than the ones which I've got lying about. They're a mile out. So anyhow, we're going to get on with the exhaust now. Right, so I haven't got my template finished. I've got to cut out roughly the shape. It's a little bit big. And what I've done on here, I've marked with masking tape and a fine liner 20mm away from whereabouts I want the weld to be. Now that's because when I put this on here, I can't see whereabouts I'm supposed to cut it, because it's under here. So that's the idea. Now if I just hold that in place with a couple of bits of tape, and I'll go around and I'll transfer the marks 20mm down from this mark here onto my template. Yeah, I'm happy with that. So use this as my template, and I've got some stainless steel somewhere. There it is. Don't know what this is off, but nice piece stainless, and I'll mark this out and cut the piece out of that. Then we'll try to shape it a little bit and put it around the exhaust pipe. Right, so I'm going to mark a pen and mark that out. I got the plate cut out, so now it's time to try to bend it and hammer it into some kind of shape. Now some people may be asking, why didn't I just cut it off and replace the whole thing with a fresh piece of pipe fabricated? Well, the thing is, I haven't got the bike that it goes onto, and if I cut it, I can't guarantee that I'm going to get that exit pipe coming out in exactly the right place, or this bracket. So it's better just to wrap it and put a fresh new skin on it. Right, so I'll try hammering this into shape and clean it up a little bit and see how we get on. Right, I think that's near enough, so we can start to just put some tacks on and work my way around back to this side. So I'll get the welding gear out and start doing that. Right, I managed to get just a couple of little tacks on there, and I'm going to do the same. I'm going to work my way around, make sure it's all in place first before I then give it the final weld. Well, it seems to have taken us hours to do that, but I've got it all welded up. Might not be too pretty. I just need to go around with a disc sander now and try and clean it up a little bit. Right, so I've given it a quick clean up, just with a sanding disc and that, and it's not coming up too bad. It's not perfect, but it's meant for a race bike with a full fairing on, so it's not as if it's in view and it's got to be sort of sure condition. It took a lot longer than I thought it was going to be, but never mind. Anyway, thanks again for watching everybody, and I'll see you again next time.